Good day everyone, my name is Mary Joy A. Munez. Today I will going to discuss the most important tenses of the grammar in context. But I will distinguish first the objectives. Our objectives are: at the end of the lesson, the students will be able to define what is present, past, and future tense, distinguish the difference among the tense, identify the words being used whether it's present, past, and future tense in a sentence. So what is grammar in context? Grammar in context involves making connections between grammatical patterns and the meaning of the text. Wider contextual aspects such as genre, audience, subject, and purpose. A reader's feelings and responses to a text. Potential authorial motivation for making decision about language choices. So, in context means that the teaching of grammar is embedded and integrated into other aspects of the curriculum, such as creative writing and analytical reading rather than a standalone activity. So, by teaching grammar through context will help to the learners perceive the structures of the language. And also, bali ang grammar ang system of patterns and structures as a set of resources used to organize words into sentences that make meanings and text. So, if the words na if the words ma-compile na siya, tanan na words become or ma-construct into the sentence. And by that, it's already have a meanings. So today, we will going to distinguish what are the tenses. So present tense. So what is present tense? Present tense is a grammatical tense whose principal function is to locate a situation or event in the present time. The present tense is used for action which are happening now. So from the word present is ngayon or an actions that happening now. For us to understand more, I have examples regarding the present tense. So here are the examples. So first, for example, I take the train to the office. So bakit siya naging present? Because I take the train to the office. So take is an action which is going to, or in other words, an action of progress that happening now. The second one example is Anna and Elsa likes to dance. So Anna and Elsa likes to dance because likes is a present which is an action that happening today, where likes is still in progress. Bali si Anna and Elsa ganahan sila pagsayaw, which is karon na hitabo. For us to know pod, wala man nag-ingon og Anna and Elsa were like with the to dance. Anna and Elsa were like to dance. So again, present tense is an action that happening today or right now. So to know more knowledge about various tense, we have 8 types of present tense. So these are simple present tense or present indefinite tense, present progressive tense or present continuous tense, present perfect tense, and present perfect progressive tense. So first, kilalanin muna natin si simple present tense or indefinite tense. So simple present tense or indefinite tense, it is used to describe habits, unchanging situation, general truths, and fixed arrangements, or is a verb tense used to talk about conditions or actions happening right now or habitual actions and occurrences. So for us to understand what is simple present tense or indefinite tense, I have an examples. So here are the example. I go to school every day. So go is the present tense or that action is still happening. So we can identify the simple present tense through describe the habit, unchanging situation or schedule. So the example is that is used describe unchanging situation or habits. Why? Because I go to school every day. So every day is always. So it means unchanging situation siya because ang estudyante or that person is always mubalik jud sa eskwelahan every day. So another example is we play outside after school each day. So in simple present tense, we use describe that as an unchanging situation or habit because after school each day they always play. So it means matawag gyapon nato siya og unchanging situation or habit. So aside from that, in every tenses has a rule for forming a sentence in simple present tense. So these are the rules of simple present tense in forming a sentence. So the rules are subject plus V1 plus ES or S plus object that is singular. Subject plus V1 plus object that is plural. So singular and plural is we already know what is singular and what is the plural. So V1 that is the first form of the verb. So for us to identify what is the subject, what is the verb, what is the object of that example, so here we go. So birds is the subject. Then fly is the verb because an action word. So our object is the air. So that is the plural. Why? Why it is plural? Because birds is a plural. Numbers. Daghan sila. Daghan ang birds. So we use singular if our subject is only one. But in the subject here in the example that I have is nasa S. So birds. Birds fly in the air. So that is the plural. So that is the rules of simple present tense. So the next tense is present progressive tense or present continuous tense. Indicates that an action or condition is happening now frequently and may continue into the future. So this means happening now. Action is happening now. And frequently that may continue into the future. So for us to understand what is present progressive tense or present continuous tense, here are the examples. She is crying. So crying is still in progress. That is the example of present progressive tense because present progressive tense is used for ongoing action, the present. So she is crying. So pwede pa siyang mapatuloy ang iyang paghilak. So the other example is you are singing a song now. So singing is depicting that the action is still going on. So nagkanta pa man siya, there are a chance nga makontinue pa ang iyang pagkanta. So the ing or the ing is means on progress. And also, we should to know the rule for forming a sentence in present progressive tense. So here are the rules of present progressive tense. So subject plus is, are plus V1 plus ing or in plus object. So our example is Ria is writing a letter. So our subject is Ria. Is our auxiliary verb. Then our first form of verb is writing plus ing. And our object is a letter. So this is the rules for forming a sentence in simple progressive tense because present progressive tense is used for ongoing action, the present. And another tense So, present perfect tense indicates that an action or circumstance occurred earlier than the time under consideration, often focusing attention on the resulting state rather than on the occurrence itself. So, the present perfect tense is used to describe an action that began in the past and has finished by the time of speaking, or it is linking the past with the present as it used to express the actions that are just recently completed. So for us to understand what is present perfect tense, now here are the examples. So here are the example of present perfect tense. He has just eaten food. The children have just read the book. So the first example is he has just eaten food. So the person started eating the food in the past. So nag-start na yung siya kaon in the past, but which is finished by the time of speaking in the sentence. So if the same gyapon ni siya sa the children have just read the book. So the children started reading the book in the past, which is finished by the time of speaking in the sentence. So, for us to identify the rules of the sentence, here is the rules. So, the rules of present perfect tense is subject plus has, have plus V3 plus object. So, as we can see, our examples of these tenses is the children have taken bath. So, what is our subject? So, our subject of this example is the children. And our verb indicate action is the have. And our verb 3 is taken. And our object is a bath. So, why it is our subject is children and our verb indicate action is have. So, once our subject is plural, so dapat ang kasunod po is plural sad. Dararata mo gamit og has if our subject is singular. And next, so present perfect progressive tense, a continuous activity that began in the past and continues into the present. So it means it's already done but mo continue pa siya into the present. So for us to understand what is present perfect progressive tense, here are the examples. So here are the examples. The students have been cleaning regularly since Monday. So ang mga student nag-start sila og hinlo tung since Monday. But they will if moabot na po ng Monday, mag-clean na po sila. That is the present perfect progressive tense. It's already begun. Began at the past, but it continue into the present. So another example is gardener has been growing plants in the garden since morning. So here, gardener has started growing plants in the morning. So ang gardener is nag-start na siya is already started in growing plants in the morning. So antud karon and still continuing to do that. So antud karon nag-continue gyapon siya. And here is the rule of the present perfect progressive tense. So, subject has, have been plus verb 1 plus ing plus object. So, our subject there is Ria. Our helping verb or verb indicate action is the has been. And our verb is writing but plus ing. And our object is letter. So why we use has been? Why we use has been, not have been? Because our subject is one. Ria is only one. So once our subject is singular, we should to use the verb indicate action or the helping verb is also a singular. So once our subject is singular, dapat ang kasunod pod ang atong gamiton is singular. So in other examples, Na and Elsa have been practicing dance since 2 hours. So our subject is Anna and Elsa. So our verbs or helping verb or verb indicate action is have been. And our verb is practicing. Then our object is dance. So why we use have been? Because our subject is plural. There we use has been if our subject is singular. So for us to not to confuse, which is once our subject is plural, dapat ang kasunod is plural pod. If our subject is singular, dapat ang kasunod pod is singular. So thank you so much for listening. Again, this is Mary J. Ibanez, and have a good day.